Welcome to the Trap House. It's your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Big L, not the little one. Welcome into the house today. Let's sip on this tea. It's Eclipse Eve. Happy Eclipse Eve. You've already been able to feel this buildup and this pressure for the last couple of weeks. You will feel this same pressure or this same energy because it may not be pressure. For some of us, it's I did what I was supposed to do. I took the notes, I applied them, I applied the lessons that I learned. So now I'm truthfully ready for the next level of expansion. All of those blessings, all of those lessons that come with that. If you're feeling emotionally daunted, if you're feeling like things aren't moving in your favor, if you're feeling heavy and weighed down, stop resisting. Surrender. On the Aries new moon solar eclipse recording that I did a couple of days ago, we talked about how we've been on this roller coaster buildup for weeks now. Now we're at the top of the roller coaster. The big drop is coming. The big drop is coming. But it doesn't have to be um, powerless. You can feel very empowered with, even if it's the worst situation that you've ever experienced. If you've known me for a while, if you followed me for a while, if you've ever interacted with me, you know how I will talk about how my mother died on the day after the Gemini full moon eclipse of 2012. I believe it was a full moon. She died the day after that eclipse. Eclipses are portals for huge changes. My daughter was born during an eclipse. I found out that my ex-husband was cheating during an eclipse, like the day of the eclipse. But I got fired from my career during an eclipse, but my brand took off like it never had during that same eclipse. I went back to my career during the eclipse. I received my laurels, my victorious laurels, after going back to this job during this eclipse season. So it ranges in how profound the change of the eclipse can be, but it's never to fear monger because even the worst possible outcome, my mom dying and me finding out that my husband was cheating on me, were some of the biggest, most distraught experiences that I've ever had in my life. Especially the loss of my mother. Didn't even know if I was ever going to make it again. Didn't know who I was going to be after I finally did make it again. But I did make it again. Because it was in her absence that I was forced to go deeper into my spirituality. Had my mother not transitioned, I never would be here today. I wouldn't be doing the work that I do, because I would have had no reason. I don't know. I always feel like that. There are other life experiences that I had that pushed me to go deeper into the spiritual realm, but nothing like the loss of someone so impactful in my life, right? So if it wasn't for the loss of my mother, there would not ever have been the birth of my spirituality and the birth of my true consciousness, and realizing that we don't die, we just transition, and we're all just one vibrational pattern away from the very thing, person, environment that makes us feel whole or complete. And we just have to stay in tune, stay alert to what's actually happening. So eclipse season can definitely be a doozy. It can definitely try to take you at your edges and drag you. And that's why I always tell my clients, I don't care how good your hands are, they're not good against the universe, especially not when we have heavy hitters playing. We got 6 planets as of right now. There are 6 planets in Aries. That's the North Node. Let me not lie to y'all. North Node, Mercury, Chiron, Moon, Venus, and Sun are all in Aries right now. So Mars is in that thing, the warrior, throwing them things. You think that you have hands against an ancient warrior? How foolish of you. How foolish of you. Mars is conjunct Saturn tomorrow. Saturn is the most ancient planet. They don't know why Saturn's not a star yet. Saturn is your daddy. They don't play no games with you. You think that you have hands against the most ancient father in the system? Are you crazy? Pluto too. Pluto, is wobbling and shifting right now in Aquarius because it's going to make a dip back into Capricorn later in the year. When it will be retrograde, but still, it's going to make that dip back in. So it's not even all the way stationary in Aquarius. And you think that you have hands against the ancient death, karma, rebirth. That's the end. I said it's over, and this has to come because this is over. And while I'm talking about Pluto, this is one of our shadow focuses of the week. Release. And this girl is standing in a graveyard. And that's our crown consciousness. being able to see the silver lining of all things. But thinking that you have hands just because you were able to beat everybody on your block, or you was able to defeat every energetic attack you've ever had against the most ancient systems and energies of the world, is foolish. It's foolish. So if you feel like you're being drugged, if you feel like things are not going in your favor, if you feel like you don't like how things are going, or you don't like that things are having to end or change or whatever, surrender. And I think I'm going to use a surrender deck first, just so we can even more so get into that energy of what we need to release. Okay, make sure y'all go check out the eclipse recording and reading. I give you a whole rundown and a spiel over there of what we can expect. Our focuses for the week here are in our root chakra. So again, being rooted and regrounded. It's Aries. It's 6 planets in Aries. The North Node is in Aries. The North Node is our life purpose, what we came here to achieve and accomplish this lifetime. But depending upon if you have any Aries in your chart, you don't have a leg to stand on when it comes to your North Node, because your North Node is the life purpose and path that you've never had a blueprint for. You never had an example of how to do it or how to achieve it. So this can be the most challenging experience of your life. Or it can even be more challenging if you have your North Node in the same placement that you have your 12th house in, because your 12th house is what you were supposed to leave behind, what you need to leave behind. You know, it's your past life, it's your endings, it's your old life, it's the necessary closure. But if you share your North Node with your 12th house, you're now trying to figure out the balance. How do I be who I used to be and who I'm going to be in the future? Which is what we're all trying to figure out. How do I take a little bit of who I used to be so I don't completely forget what helped me survive? So I don't completely forget my roots and what I came from, but so that I don't also relish in it and sully in it and let that environment overcome me. How do I take a little bit with me? All of it with me. So root chakra, soulmate. I'm gonna read from that. But we're all beginning to see that it doesn't even matter if we have the best partner in the whole world. The eye is showing us that we are our soulmate. We have to be everything that we're looking for in the world. We cannot chase someone else's dreams. We cannot fulfill someone else's fantasies and someone else's desires if we are not, at the very least, taking a portion of what we're doing for someone else and putting it in our cup. Shadow focus for the week, crown consciousness, release. Release. This girl look like she's having a hard time releasing the old life. Maybe she's struggling with the loss of an ancestor, and because the loss of the ancestor was so deafening and deadening to her system, she don't even know how to move straight no more. She don't know what she's going to be. She don't know how to look for guidance from her ancestors. And I've said that a couple of weeks ago. If you've known me again, if you know me any length of time, you know I ride for the ancestors like gang members ride for their set, for real. Because the ancestors ride for me like that. Had I not found my mother, had I not found ancestral connection, had I not found veneration, I don't know where I'd be, y'all. Don't know where I would be. So, again, it's in forgetting them that we begin to suffer. If we forget them and say that the day that we saw them in that casket and we saw them be lowered into the ground is the last day that we'll ever have a connection with them, not only is that death now nullified in another way, in an energetic way, but now we begin to die because we feel like we don't have a connection to them. Energy does not die. It just transitions. It just transfers. It just goes elsewhere. And as a soul, our ancestors can be in many places at many times at once. All we must do is call on them. Women carry every root chakra, ancestral chakra. Women carry every seed that we will ever have in our womb at the time that we are born. Men are born with all the sperm that they will ever have at the time that they were born. So they are literally carrying their children with us every day, all day, every day. So that means that our grandparents, and I know that ain't a word, I made it up, but it's cool. We were with them. We are one vibrational pattern, one energetic space away from them, from being able to get the guidance, the love, the nurturing that we're looking for. But the minute that we feel like it's all dead and gone and we are lost without them, that's when that becomes our truth. So before we even get deep into that reading, we're going to get these cards. Surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Surrender your attachment to results. Like, seriously. You're not always going to be able to have an outcome, a tangible outcome. You have to do it because it feels good. I used to talk a lot about manifestation in the beginning of my brand's foundational stages. And one of the key things I focused on was we don't want the thing that we think we want. We want the feeling that we think the thing is going to give us. And I remember I had manifested my dream car within like 90 days of seeing it. And all I had to keep telling myself was, you need to focus on how good the feeling feels. Because once you get the car and you get the keys, as soon as you drive off the lot, that feeling will be gone. The feeling of hoping and praying that you get it, it's going to be gone. So it has to be that I feel good no matter what. I feel high vibrational no matter what. I was driving a hoopty that wasn't even my car. But I had to feel like that car is luxury because I am luxury. And no matter what, I am moving in that energy. So surrendering your attachment to results and just going because it feels good. Do it because it makes you feel mostly good. That's another human design tool as well. It's really important that if you are a person like a reflector who is affected by your environment, that environment makes you feel good. If it doesn't make you feel good, then you are going to expand on the not feeling good and make everybody else in the room feel like shit. Same thing with generators and manifesting generators. If it doesn't feel good, then you're going to lose momentum. You're going to lose interest. You're going to lose money. You're going to lose time because it's not where you have your interest in. So surrender your attachment to results and really start paying attention to how the energy actually makes you feel. The energy of the thing actually makes you feel, and then maintain that. Surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. Ooh, I've been having to learn that myself too. Not always right. I'm right most of the time. Not always right. That also throws a wrench in your relationships, friendships, domestic partnerships, work relationships, all of that. If you cannot be taught because you feel like you know it all, how are you learning anything? Surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. That's also underlying energy for this Aries new moon solar eclipse. Aries being the first sign of the zodiac, being the infant of the zodiac, being the self-starter, being the warrior, not necessarily needing anyone to tell them what to do. Just tell them the general direction of where to go. Like, what do you expect of them? And they will get it done. They don't spend a lot of time comparing themselves to other people. They know that they are it when they walk in a room. They know that they are the first fire of the zodiac wheel. They know that, everything gets started with them. They know that it is a ram that may have been a sacrificial lamb, but it is coming back now as the leader, the warrior. She even has kind of like a mane, a fiery mane here. The ram, the Aries rule the head, the fire around her head being activated. So as many times as you compare yourself to someone else or what they have, you're too busy counting someone else's blessings. So again, that's why you're not ever going to be able to magnetize and attract what is naturally yours. The same is true for haters. Haters only exist because they're so busy looking at what you have and what you have going on that they can't even stop and look at their own blessings that they have in front of them for themselves. So keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Remember why you started. Remember where you're going for you. Because remember, you can't try to accomplish anything just to prove someone else wrong. I'm a Scorpio first house stellium, so I definitely feel what it means to I gotta do it because the hater is watching. Oh, the hater is watching? Let me put on my best. I can put on my best for that to happen, right? But at the end of the day, it will have to be inspiration from your inner higher self on why you are doing what you're doing. Surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Some people are afraid of success. They are not afraid of failure. They are afraid of success. They are afraid of what will happen once they succeed. They are afraid of what will happen once they reach that new level of opportunity and manifestation, that they will have to leave their friends and some of their family members behind. They are afraid of what success will bring, not what failure will bring, what success will bring. So get on the good foot. Soulmate is our first energy, again, in the root chakra. It reads, this card indicates changing old communication patterns and being open to a new way of interacting. You may no longer be able to have conversations that don't sustain your authenticity. Freedom lies ahead, better than you can imagine. Come on, eclipse energy. Let me say it again. This card indicates changing old communication patterns and being open to a new way of interacting. You may no longer be able to have conversations that don't sustain your authenticity. Freedom lies ahead, better than you can imagine, because when you stop tolerating that bullshit, when you stop getting in conversations and getting in gossip and just being part of things that have nothing to do with you or do not have your own conducive bestness at hand, that's when you really fine tune your magnet and get to the next level of what you were trying to attain. It's that it is time to face my true feelings. To enjoy the beauty of a rose, we must risk being pricked by our own inner thorns. This offers a new way to live. The best incentive to change is love. Ask yourself, what truth are you embracing? This card indicates no longer living a lie. Speak your truth, choose love and freedom through transformation, and there will be unexpected outcomes. Okay? Release as a shadow focus in the crown consciousness. And the crown consciousness is all that spring is about. You know, they try to base it on a fake nigga dying and coming back and being a zombie. But it's actually your crown consciousness dying every month, coming back, especially if you don't orgasm. You are strengthening your intellect, your consciousness, your kundalini energy, your masculine and feminine adaptation to this world, your understanding that it is you. You are the God that God created to create your best life. That is what crown consciousness is about. They have done all of us a disservice by trying to shrink it down to a person that's only mentioned 3 times in the entire Bible. When he is born, when he's 13 and he don't even want to do none of the fucking rituals, and then when he come back and he know that these niggas is gonna kill him. That's insane. But that we're not here to talk about that. That's a Patreon thing. Y'all already know the deal. And I never say this, y'all. I need to start saying this. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the page. I don't ever say it, and I know that I should. Crown consciousness. Release. See all that you are, for you possess a power that you have yet to understand. This may feel daunting, but great freedom awaits as you meet your shadow self. Profound inner wisdom is coming to you. Stand steady. You are more than you know. This is about personal responsibility and the release of blame. It is time to clear the debris and move on. You cannot move forward while you continue to hide. This indicates family healing of origin issues, facing the past and being ready to let go. Although your anger may be righteous, have a change in consciousness and you will begin to see things clearly and discover hidden truths. Healing family at their origin, or healing the issues of family at their origin. Root chakra, ancestral chakra. You may not be able to go back and make your parents be the parent that you needed. We've been talking about since the Pisces full moon that a lot of what we have is in our neocortex. 88 days before we're even born, 3 months before we're even here on this earth with our own vibration and frequency, we're absorbing someone else's frequency, vibration, understanding, and belief system. This portal of the Aries full moon, Aries new moon eclipse, total solar eclipse, is giving us the opportunity to completely let that shit die, release it, and come back into something that is greater. Okay? Where are my cards? Because I really don't want to use these little messy Bessie cards here. Y'all, there's some messy Bessie cards that I got a couple of weeks ago. And they really are. And I'm going to pull a couple of them, but y'all know that they are. Y'all know that they are messy Bessie. Spilling all the tea. Let me do some Trapstrology. The moon is in Aries today. Do nothing or prepare your home and your physical space to be modified within 24 hours. Eclipses can be a little daunting, and even less than ideal conditions can provide silver linings, like I spoke about before. Tomorrow, the moon will be in Aries. Happy total solar new moon eclipse. The eclipse will be occurring at 1:21 p.m. CST, so make sure that you adjust for your time zone. The interesting thing about this eclipse that, again, is that the lunar eclipse that we had 2 weeks ago was conjunct Venus, or Venus was conjunct Saturn. And now this eclipse is Mars ruled, and that is going to be conjunct Saturn. Saturn is in Pisces. Pisces is the end, the 12th house. Your spirituality. Again, like I said, your past life shit that you have to let go in order for you to ascend to the next level this lifetime. we're really going to be on our spiritual ascension and checking the deeper meaning of our life. Make sure that you guys, again, go check out that Aries eclipse reading that I already gave you. As with every eclipse, for rituals or practices under this energy, I always say do nothing. Eclipses are the natural road openers. They are the natural cord cutting. All you need to do is get out the way. Trying to assist the eclipse in any way can really result in something that you don't want to fuck with. But trust your own intuition. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Don't say it because Adele said do this and I'm clinging to her every word. I am not your messiah. Do what you want to do. I do recommend that you give reverence and homage to the fact that, again, you're getting to witness or at least be on the earth while there is a total solar eclipse. I think the last one that Dallas got to see, and that's where I live at, the one that Dallas got to see is in 1974, 78, something. And she said on the news in 1978, if you miss the eclipse today, the next time you'll get to see it is in 2024. So I think that's really dope. I love how like historical things happen like that. The moon will be in Taurus on Tuesday. It will be the day after, the morning after. Even if you are not feeling like Aladdin in a whole new world and you're feeling like, cut my life into pieces, this is my last resort. No matter how you're feeling, no matter where you are on the Richter scale, give thanks. You survived. You saw something. You did something. You be able to tell your grandchildren. I'm in the stage of my life where I'm like, oh well, no matter what happened, I get to tell my grandkids. Now let me tell you what happened in 2011. No matter what, you get a story to tell. The moon is going to be conjunct Uranus, so check your anxiety around the topics that are outside of your control, because a lot of times anxiety is rooted in living in the past, or trying to be so far ahead in the future that you can't control what's going to happen in the future. You're not here in the present. You're not living in the present, absorbing the energy, and that's where you need to be at. That also may be when you decide that you're going to start establishing whatever new goals in life that you want to do. Wednesday, the moon will also be in Taurus. Start your new journey, but start it in your mind first. Thursday, the moon will be in Gemini, sextile Venus. Fall in love with yourself and your surroundings again. Pay attention to how the people in your environment activate your energy. Do they depress it? Do they compress it? Do they activate it? What is it? Then Friday, the moon will be in Gemini, square Mars and Saturn. So remember that it's no one's responsibility but your own to save yourself, to accomplish your goals, help your dreams come true, or maintain your happiness. So, okay. Let's see what the tarot got for us this week. Six of Cups. I've been telling y'all the eclipses are ancestral. So if you feel like you've been dreaming about your ancestors, hearing their voices, seeing more cardinals, it is spring. So the cardinals are a representation of the ancestors being here. I've always told people to establish some sort of like either code word or a symbol or a sign at your altar with your ancestors so that you can see it wherever you are. That's like having your altar with you everywhere you go. If you have a code word or a code symbol that lets you know that they are always near you. Six of Cups is also things maturing. This card always kind of gives me, I don't know if it's ancestral or if it's this little boy is this man now and he grew up with this dog and things are maturing. But then what happens when a dog grows old? It will eventually die. All dogs go to heaven. That movie fucked me up when I was 4 years old. I saw it in the movie theater and cried. My mama rented it from Blockbuster and I cried again. Watched it when I was 30 and pregnant, cried again. Haven't watched it again. I don't think I'm gonna do it again. Charlie was supposed to live. Anyways, cycles of life. Just as the sun is going to totally die tomorrow for a few minutes or an hour or however long they say it is. But then it will come back and it will be a new sun, a rebirth sun. All of the energy will be new. And even though the dog transitions, the dog will still find its way back to its owner through other animals, through energy, through nature. So, completion of cycles this week. 10 of Wands, walking away from things because there has been a completion of cycles. We are in our final beginning stages of Aries, but the moon is going to be in Taurus this week for a couple of days, and you can start getting your preparation for your harvest. It's harvest season. Taurus is that first earth sign of the zodiac. Everything is green. You feel good to be outside again. You probably have gotten away from the Easter snap. You know, the Easter snap it's really warm a couple of weeks before Easter. Then the week before Easter, it gets really cold again. Then it gets hot again. It's kind of letting us know that we're ready. Here in Texas, it's really the bluebonnets. When the bluebonnets sprout, that's when the real spring is here. So you have learned a lot this season. Maybe you've learned a lot in the last 10 months and you're ready to walk away. You're ready to take whatever you came with, whatever you got. You only got a couple of bags and a fishing pole. Maybe that's a wand. Yeah, it's her wand. Yeah, she got one wand on the outside and 9 wands on the inside of the bag. Because that one wand, she might have to shank a motherfucker. Just in case. You never know. When you out here on that journey, always stay protected, right? But the cycles are ending, the seasons are ending, and if you fight for your condition, if you fight for a relationship, if you fight for something that just, I've known it for so long, or I've known the comfort zone for it for so long, you will live to regret it. Celebrate in new beginnings. Celebrate in new circles. Celebrate where you are actually appreciated. I wouldn't recommend going anywhere during the eclipse, but in the days following the eclipse, if you're drawn somewhere that you've not gone before, but you've maybe thought about it before, if you are inspired to eat some food that you've not eaten before, or I talked about that on the recording too, how last week I got this download to go up the street from my house that I've been living in for a few months, and I was going to find exactly what I was looking for that I didn't even know I was looking for, and it's just been a beautiful occurrence. I've now visited it at least 3 times in the last week. So you never know what can be on the other side if you don't go, if you stay in your comfort zone. Sometimes with spirit, you need to listen, then ask questions. You know, take the note, take the direction, and then ask questions on the way there. Like, okay, now where are we going? Where'd you say we was going? So you can get scared in the route, and you can use that adrenaline there, because if you know prior to what you're going to do, what they have you set up to do, you might not do it. If you get so afraid, you might not show up. 6 of Wands. It's your time to shine, though. The wands, these new contracts, these new adventures and opportunities and new information. You know, eclipses, whether it's a new moon or a full moon, will bring revelations, things that were previously hidden, things that you were not previously aware of, that are going to help you step into and push into a new way of being. Do not shy away from your shine. It's your turn. It is your turn. You see, she got this victorious ring of laurels. It's her turn. She's done everything necessary, and it is her turn to win. And you can't shrink yourself. We got a whole lot of wands in this whole entire reading. Trusting your intuition with that 6 of Cups. The first one, trusting your intuition and going on the adventure, going on the journey, going away from your normalcy, really is going to get you the admiration that is owed to you. Depending on who is listening to this, you may start receiving like feedback. You might have a lot of clients come out of nowhere, because y'all see all these people in the audience, they're like cheering for her. So you may receive like a lot of clients. You may go viral. You may get a lot of followers. Something of yours may be shared a lot, and use that momentum. That's when you want to use the momentum. 9 of Wands is another energy. Again, the seeds that you have sowed are now coming to fruition. That's the beautiful thing about eclipses, and that's why you don't need to try to manifest with them. They're already doing what you need them to do. They're already on the energetic field, doing what's necessary. You just need to prepare the way for it to actually sprout. 2 of Cups is the final energy. Things are coming together swimmingly. Just get out of the way. Sometimes when we try to assist the Most High, Spirit, the energy fields of the universe, we get in the way. But when you just let things energetically flow, that is when the best possible outcome comes your way. And half of what you're worried about isn't going to happen anyway. This card tried to flip over, so we're going to let it just do what it is. Half of what you're worried about isn't going to happen anyway. So you need to turn your eyes towards the hills. Lord, I will live. Total praise. Now that's a jam, y'all. Okay. I think I have a whole gospel playlist over here on this side. The card that flew out was Spiritual Hater, the one that was upside down or came out on its own. Hates on your spirituality, your light, your magic, your power. Again, you're going to maybe have tangible proof of someone who has been doing this to you. Energetic proof, because, you know, as a spiritualist, as an energetic reader, sometimes it's hard for you to hold on to the download or hold on to the dream as proof, because you're like, oh no, I'm just tripping. I'm just there. when it physically comes through, you have to give gratitude that it came through. I have a client who, for the longest time, she was trying to figure out if she was being energetically attacked, only to find out that this person who's been energetically attacking her has actually been doing it behind a secret page. She just found this out a few days ago. I said, come on, Eclipse. Come on. Show me who's hating on my light, my spirituality, my and my magic power. Please. Please. And you can be mad. We can be mad about it, but then we have to be grateful, because now if we know better, we can move better. Right? The next energy, drama starter. So I told you these cards are messy Bessie. There's somebody who has been trying to wreak havoc in your life that is not going to end well for them now. Again, eclipse season. Just as the celebrities are getting drugged by the coattails into the depths of hell for everything that they have been doing, everything that an enemy has been trying to do to set you up is now going to fail, and you'll be able to see it. So you're going to be unfazed. You're going to be able to see exactly what they did. They set some traps for you. They fell into them themselves. Whoever your ancestors are, whoever the people are who ride for you, ain't never been playing no games. And they're just letting you know that you don't have to fight hard. They got your back on that. Obsessive lover, dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessive, or karmic. So this could be karmic friends. This also can be a karmic lover. I always tell my clients that whole soulmate shit, again, you have to be your own soulmate first, so that your energy can let you know if that person is on your same energetic spectrum. Just because they look good, they fuck good, they can give you some money, or they can, give you some nice things, that means nothing. You need to be in tune with your own soul and your own compass, so you can be like, I don't like how you make my own soul feel when you come around. And stop using these stupid ass terms: soulmate, twin flame, karmic, da da da. It's an attachment that you've had for quite some time, and we in the North Node in Aries, baby. So there needs to be some fire set to that bridge, so that you and that lower vibration or stagnant energy can separate from each other once and for all. Crying over you, sad, hurt, upset, etc. And they will be. And they will be. Some people did their best because they were jealous of you and they were in competition with you. They did their best to sabotage you and throw you off of your path, which maybe led into y'all not even being cool no more. Now y'all don't have anything to talk about anymore. And now they realize you were the wrong one to play. Whether that's because their life is in shambles, or if that's because they realized that you really was the dopest dope they ever smoked, like you was a real ace boon, and they fucked over the wrong person, and now they gotta stand on that. Carless, no car, repo, car issues, and it's Mercury retrograde. So if you've not been taking care of whatever it is you need to do, whether it's legally or physically with your vehicle, please do. Please do, and be careful out there. I said on the Aries recording that this is kind of like a volatile time, so you really need to pay attention when you're on the road, and take care of whatever needs to be taken care of, so that you don't have to even worry about that. Somebody is probably creeping and watching you. The same person who left you behind, or did some shit to leave you behind, is now trying to peeping out the blinds on you. Give them a show. Bad habits, drugs, addiction, toxicity, because they ain't even clean. They getting drunk every night. And then it's 33:03 on the clock when I said that. They getting drunk every night, doing drugs every weekend, and wondering why they can't think straight, or they can't get on their path, and they feeling like, oh, it's because of something you did. No, get your life together. You're too busy winning. You're too busy winning. You can't even be worried about what they got going on, because you're too busy counting your trophies, cleaning them hoes off. Okay? Romantic love affair, sex fix, secret lover. And I'm not saying that if you have a secret love affair going on, that is necessarily bad, because sometimes you need to protect your relationships from the world, literally. But if somebody's keeping you a secret, know that you're worth better than that. And if you're using sex as an escape tool, stop that. Sex is beautiful. It can be, very uniting. But again, the root chakra, sex, is the first part of your awakening. It's the lower vibration of your kundalini energy. That's why all the music that they play is all about sex. Girls showing their ass, my booty hole brown and all that, whatever. Because if they can keep the entire collective vibrationally low in the root chakra being ruled by their sex, then they can never make it to the crown consciousness. They can never release and make it to the crown consciousness and see themselves for all that they really are. Like that card said, you are more than you know. And I know that this power may be emotionally daunting, but you got to let go of that fear and push into who you really came here to be. So I am going to see y'all next week. I'm on my extended version here on Patreon. We're going to have the signs and what y'all can expect for this eclipse. Water, fire, air, earth. So I look forward to seeing y'all again. Y'all have a good eclipse. I am still offering the solar eclipse readings through Wednesday. which is 410. So get in where you fit in. Figure out how and where this is affecting you. You also can download the PDF version of the eclipse through the houses. It's only $10 on my site. And I also have a video attached to that purchase where you can see how to identify it in your zodiac wheel. So y'all have a good one, and I will talk to y'all later. Holla back.